All right, another walk and talk. I want to thank Joan McLeod for once again stepping up and sending this question for me. You need to step up. If you're watching this video, you need to send me a question. Could be about publishing, could be about writing, could be about food, could be about anything. I need questions. And you are going to send me a question that I can answer in a future episode of Walk and Talk. Cats are very active today, so I'm trying to watch, not step on one of them because they feel like they need to cross my path anytime I come around. Anyway, her question is, why am I not going to Scares That Care next year? Now called Authorcon, technically. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to be honest with you. It is phenomenal convention. Phenomenal. I've gone many years. I've missed maybe 2 since it started. But I found out something that's kind of been bothering me for a couple of years, and then really smacked me in the face when I went to Authorcon in St. Louis last year. It is no longer my craft. I mean, I guess that's the simple way of looking at it. There are a ton of new authors that have come in, which is great. You always need some fresh blood. But the problem is, I don't write, I'm going to sound like an old man here, I don't write what these young kids, these hooligans are writing. I don't write splatterpunk. I don't write weird, extreme horror. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of them there were all thrown about that they're all splatterpunk authors. They're not. They don't know what the definition of splatterpunk is. Anyway, look it up, kids. You're writing extreme horror. If you're writing social commentary in horror, then you're writing splatterpunk. If you're writing babies getting eaten, you're writing extreme horror. It's as simple as that. But they like the catch-all of I'm writing splatterpunk because that's what is selling right at the moment, kind of thing. Whatever. It's a lot of travel. Okay, it's I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, so to drive nearly 1,000 miles, hotel rooms, gas, food, stocking my books, having to sell my books, having to be on, all of that. And with a crowd that I don't really know anymore. St. Louis, there was a handful of authors that I knew. I sold a couple of books, not a lot. I definitely took a loss on that one. And even last year at Authorcon with me and Tom Duffy, we didn't sell a ton of books. And I'm mostly writing crime thriller stuff. And whether you want to admit it or not, Authorcon is a horror convention. Yeah, there's a couple of, fantasy writers or whatever, but it's the horror people. It's the same group of people. They buy the tables immediately, and nobody outside of the clique is able to get a table. And I'm not saying there's fault in that. People want to go. People want to buy a ticket. People want to get a table and sell their books because they're writing splatterpunk, which isn't really splatterpunk. So I think in that respect, this has passed me by. Try not to do as many book signings. Maybe I'll save that for another video. The reasons why, but I'm not really I'm not really into it anymore. I do Authorcon. I started doing it. It's a thriller convention. It's a conference. There's some phenomenal, huge, best-selling authors there. And you get to hang out with them, which is great. You don't get that level of author at Authorcon, if I'm being honest. You're getting that second tier horror author there. Stephen King ain't coming to this. Dean Koontz ain't coming to this. You know, those people ain't coming to this. You got the one-hit wonder people that are coming to this. Not the people who've been doing it for a long time. I go to Authorcon and I hang out with Harlan Coben and Michael Connelly, Craig Johnson, Brad Thor, you know, on and on and on. The amount of huge authors that are there, that are literally making bank. You don't really get that at Authorcon, or any of these horror conventions, to be honest. I'm really not a horror author anymore, although I keep releasing horror books, because I have a ton of them that still need to see the light of day. But I'm not making tons of money on those. Crime thriller is where it's at for me. So for me to go to a conference like Authorcon every year, spend my money there, makes way more sense. So next week we'll be in New Orleans, you know. I think by the time this video drops, we'll be literally in New Orleans. Who knows? So there you go. There's my answer. Joe McLeod, thank you for the question. You've obviously given me another question to answer as well, which is nice. But there you go. Send me your questions, people. Let's go. Let's go.